Chapter 9. Danger. A week passed, the best week of Felix's life. Kit was different now. No more games, no more sweet demon, just Kit. Warm, funny, genuine. They were careful in public and kept their professional distance, but anyone watching closely could see the shift. The way Kit's eyes found Felix, the way Felix's hand lingered just a fraction too long when steadying him. Damian saw it clearest of all. Kit played his role perfectly, charmed, smiled, worked the room like the professional he was, but his eyes kept finding Felix. Kit excused himself from a conversation. He walked straight to Felix. He reached up. His hand settled on Felix's jaw. Firm, sure. Felix didn't move. Kit's hand cupped his face. Felix's hand came up to cover Kit's. He turned his head slightly and pressed his lips to Kit's palm. Brief, private. Kit's breath caught. "Needed to see you," he said quietly. His voice was low, then walked back to the crowd. Damien stood frozen. He'd seen everything. This wasn't Sweet Demon, not the carefully crafted creation he'd spent 10 years molding. No performance, no facade, just Kit, the real Kit. "So," he murmured to himself, "my boy's finally grown up." His fingers tightened on his glass. "Am I already too late?" He pulled out his phone. An hour later, Damien found Kit alone on the balcony. "Kit, I need to show you something. My office." Kit turned. "Now?" "Just 5 minutes. It's important." Kit hesitated and glanced back into the ballroom. Felix was talking to someone, but his eyes were tracking Kit's every move. "All right, 5 minutes." Damien's hand settled on Kit's lower back again, guiding him down the corridor. Felix saw them leave. Every instinct screamed wrong. He excused himself and followed. Damien's office, dimly lit, intimate. He closed the door behind them. "Drink?" Kit stayed by the door. "You said you had something to show me?" Damien poured whiskey without answering. He drank, then turned. 10 years, Kit." He stepped closer. "I've given you everything. Made you a star." His hand landed on Kit's chest. "Don't I deserve some gratitude?" Kit grabbed his wrist. "Don't." His voice went cold. Damien didn't step back. "Why? Because of him?" He moved closer. Kit's back hit the wall. "He'll leave when the contract ends. I won't." His hand moved to Kit's face. "You've always belonged to me. You always will." He leaned in. The door exploded open. Felix filled the doorway. His face was stone. He saw it all. Damien too close, hand on Kit's face, lips inches from his. In 3 strides, he had Damien's shoulder in his grip and yanked him back. Not rough, just absolutely final. Dangerous. Damien stumbled and caught himself. This is assault. Felix stepped between them. "We're leaving." He turned to Kit. Felix held out his hand. Kit took it. Damien's face twisted. "You're fired. Effective immediately." "You can't fire me." "I just did." Kit stepped forward. "No, you didn't." Damien turned. "What?" "You're not the agency. My contract's with them, not you." Kit's voice stayed steady, ice cold. "And if you push this, I'll terminate our management contract and find someone else." Damien went pale. "You wouldn't." "Try me." Kit squeezed Felix's hand. At the door, Kit stopped and turned back. "And Dami, I never belonged to you." They left. Damien sat alone at his desk and poured more whiskey. 3 days of silence. Wednesday afternoon, Kit's phone rang. Damien, a photo shoot. Summer surprise for the magazine. They'd provide their own security. It couldn't be refused. A car would pick Kit up. Felix walked in. "I don't like this." "Me neither." Kit crossed to him. "But if I refuse without a good reason?" Felix pulled him close. "Call me the second you get there, and the second you're done." They kissed, long, like goodbye. Kit left. 3 p.m., no call. 3:30, nothing. Felix called. The phone went straight to unavailable. He called the studio at the address Damien had given him. Closed for renovations all week. Ice shot down his spine. It's a trap. Felix grabbed his laptop. His fingers flew across the keys. Last GPS location, Brooklyn industrial area. Then the signal died. He grabbed his jacket and checked his gun. He used old military contacts to track the car. A black sedan sat in the driveway. He parked a block away and approached on foot. He found a basement window and picked the lock in seconds. The basement was empty. Voices drifted down from upstairs. Damien's voice, Kit's voice, strained but alive. Felix climbed to the 2nd floor. The voices grew clearer. "You understand. This could have been different. Let me go, Dami. I can't. You're mine. You always were. I'm no one's. Wrong." I created you, made you everything you are. Without me, you're nothing. That bodyguard of yours won't find you here. Felix always finds me. Damian laughed, bitter and sharp, touching, but naive. Felix stepped back from the door. He took a breath, kicked. The door exploded inward. Felix burst through. Kit was tied to a chair, hands behind his back, legs bound tight. Damien spun around. Felix crossed the space in 3 strides. Punch to the solar plexus. Damien folded like paper. He went down. Felix dropped to his knees in front of Kit. You okay? Yeah. He untied the ropes as fast as he could. Kit's wrists were red and angry. Kit stood up but swayed immediately. Felix caught him. He pulled Kit close for just a second. Let's get you out of here. He took his hand. Outside, Felix pulled Kit close. He checked him over carefully, his face, his arms, looking for any sign of injury. Did he hurt you? Kit shook his head. He just tied me up, talked, kept saying you wouldn't find me, that I'd never get away. Felix cupped his face gently. You don't belong to anyone, only yourself. The next morning at the police station, Kit sat across from a detective with Felix right beside him. He told them everything. Damian's assault attempt, the fake photo shoot, the kidnapping. By 6 p.m., Damian Holt was in handcuffs. Charges: kidnapping, unlawful detention, attempted sexual assault. The media exploded within the hour. Kit's phone wouldn't stop ringing. Home on the couch, Kit curled up in Felix's arms with his head resting on Felix's chest. Kit spoke quietly. I signed a new contract. Time to let Sweet Demon grow up. He glanced up with a smirk. Same brand, but my vision, and honestly, I don't even mind the sexy public persona anymore. He kissed Felix. Strong, sure, powerful. Because now everyone's going to know I'm taken by my bodyguard. Everyone? Welcome to the team, baby. That familiar smirk. You ready to make this official? Felix pulled him closer and kissed him properly. I'm exactly where I want to be. Kit smiled against his lips. Good, because you're stuck with me now. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yes, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Too late.